Hey guys, years ago, probably at least five, maybe even 6 years ago, a buddy of mine sent me a link to a video of a guy who built a foldable table. And I really liked it. I thought it was ingenious, and I went ahead and built it. But I found out that I wasn't using it that much because it was so heavy and so cumbersome, and it wasn't really easy to transport. And so I didn't use it an awful lot. But then I decided a couple years ago that I would build a new one, and I would scale it down and make it smaller, and so that you could sit in a chair and be able to have a cup of coffee, sit next to whatever, or you can work on it. The one that the guy built in the video, it's just too large, and I just think it's just too big for me, so I ended up not using it. But this one here, I built this one today, and the one I built a couple years ago, I use it all the time. And so I thought, why didn't I take a video then and show you? So I went ahead and built this one, and I took a video of how I built this with all the dimensions and whatnot. I'll put a link below, though, to the original video of the guy who built the one out of long 2x4s and whatnot. So I ripped the 2x4s on these down. A 2x4, of course, is 1.5 inches by 3.5. So I ripped a 1/2 inch off of the 2x4s and made them 3 inches. And then I made the 2x4 smaller, and so it ended up being a shorter table. And this one here can easily be picked up and put in the trunk of a car, even in the back seat. It's light enough and small enough. So I use the small one that I built all the time, and I'm going to be using this one all the time also. I'm going to have one in the shop. One of them I even take in the house. The one I built before, I take it in the house, and we use it, as a kind of a lunch table, or sitting and watching TV, like a TV tray kind of thing. But anyway, so I built this one, and I took a video, and I'm going to bring you guys along and show you exactly how I did this and give you the dimensions. Okay, so first I'm just going to shave the edge and kind of get the rounded corners off. And now I'm just spinning it around and going to cut off a 1/2 inch, just under a 1/2 inch, to make these exactly 3 inches wide. And now I need 8 pieces cut. I need 4 pieces cut at 26 inches, and I need 4 pieces cut at 12 inches. Okay, so on all 8 pieces, I'm going to make, from center, I'm going to make a 22.5 degree cut on each side. Okay, so all of my 22.5 bevels are cut on all 8 pieces. Now, on the other side of these, I'm going to, now on the small ones here, on the 12 inch, I'm going to go at the halfway mark and make a 45 degree cut and leave this side square. So 45 degree here from center on all 4 of those. And on the other side of the long pieces, which are the legs, I'm going to go in 2 inches and do a 22.5 degree cut and a 22.5 degree cut on this side, the remaining inch. So it's pretty much, it's the same as this, it's just offset to 2 inches and 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to come over 2 inches and do a 22.5 and a 22.5. Okay, so I have all of these ends cut now. Now we're going to go back to the original side where I have my 22.5 degree cuts from dead center on all 8 pieces. On all 8 pieces, I'm going to come down dead center exactly 1.5 inches, and I'm going to drill a 1 inch hole with my Forstner bit, and that's what's going to accept the dowels. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do those now. 1.5 inches down, dead center, 1 inch hole. Okay, so I've got all of my holes cut on the tops, and now on all of the long pieces, all 4, I am going to come down 12 inches from the top, dead center, and at 12 inches I'm going to put a 1 inch hole. in all 4 pieces. Okay, so all of my holes are drilled. Now before I get to doing the dowels, I'm going to go ahead and hit these with the palm sander, kind of get rid of all the burrs, just clean them up a little bit. Okay, so for the dowels I'm using 1-inch dowels, and I need 5 pieces. I need 1 piece cut at 16 inches and 4 pieces cut at 3 inches. Okay, so we've got this laid out here. Now the first thing we want to do is put down a small one. Now all of them are going to have, this is the top, and all of the holes go on the top. Okay, so we start with a small one with the bevel down. Then we have a long one with the large bevel down. And then we have a long one with the large bevel up. And then we have another small one with the bevel up. Okay, and then the other side is just, it's basically a mirror of this one. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4. A small one with the bevel up, a long one with the bevel up, the long bevel up, a long one with the long bevel down, and then a small one with the bevel down. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and show you where the dowels go, and then what we have to do before we put the dowels in. Okay, so let's lay these dowels out. Now we have the 16-inch dowel that goes here through these holes in these 2 and these 2 here. Okay, and then we have a 3-inch dowel that goes through these 2 here, and a 3-inch dowel that goes through the 2 on this side. And then we have a 3-inch dowel that goes in the holes that we made in the bottom part of the leg, and the same over here. Okay, so now here's the way this works. Some of these are going to be stationary and some of them are going to spin. All of the small ones here are going to spin on the dowel. Okay, and the top of the legs here are stationary. So what we have to do when we put these in, we have to drill holes in here and put dowels through to hold these here. And I'll show you that when I get to that point. And so what we're going to do is when we slide this in, we're going to drill into it and go through the dowel that's in here and put small 1/4-inch or 5/8 dowels through it and glue it to keep this dowel from spinning on here. Okay, and the same over here. So this one's going to get drilled, that one's going to get drilled, this one's going to get drilled, and this one's going to get drilled here. And all 4 of these are going to spin. Now down on the bottom ones here, the inside ones are going to be stationary. So we need to put the dowel through and drill holes into or through the dowel and put small dowels to keep these inside legs from moving, and the 2 large ones, long ones on the outside are going to spin. Now here's the way you're going to have to make these spin. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take and ream these out a little bit. So all the ones here that spin on the dowels, because right now when you put them in, they're friction tight. You'll never get them to spin. So what I'm going to do is ream these out. Now you can take some sandpaper and then just, by hand, make that hole just a little bit loose. Doesn't have to be a lot, just enough to spin on the dowel. I'm going to put it on my oscillating sander and just ream them out just a little bit, just by probably 5-10 seconds on that sander, and it'll ream them enough to be able to spin. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to ream out this hole, this hole, this hole, this hole, and then on the bottom part here, the 2 outside holes on the legs here. Okay, so I went ahead and used the palm sander on this just to knock down the tops of these dowels. So, okay, so I put a dowel in here and here and left these outside ones to spin. And then the same thing over here. I put a dowel in here and a dowel in here. I actually had 3/8 dowels. They're pretty large, but I think they're going to be a lot stronger and a lot better. And then I put dowels in the inside ones here on the bottom part of the leg. So we got a dowel here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dowels. And so that allows these 4 small ones to spin. Sure, like that. And the outside ones to spin. And these are the legs, okay? So now let's go ahead and lay out the top of the table and the support brace. The top, I'm going to cut 4 pieces of 1x4 at 24 inches. And for the braces, I'm going to cut 2 pieces of 1x4 at 19 inches. Okay, so I've cut 4 of these 24-inch 1x4s. They basically work out to 3.5 inches. So 2 of these are going to make one side of the top. So they're 24 inches, and this is 23 inches total width. So it's going to hang over an inch on either side, like this, okay? So I'm going to come down 5 3/4 of an inch from the top. Put my 2 1x4s on, 2 of them, and then I'm going to put one of the 19-inch ones. I'm going to come down 5 3/4 inches again, and I'm going to put the bottom leg brace on. The leg brace just comes to the outside here. It doesn't hang over. And so the way that these are going to be screwed in, one side is going to get screws on the outside small ones. And then the brace beneath it is going to get screwed to the outside long ones. So there's going to be 2 screws here, 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 and here, and then on the outside here. And then when I turn it over and do the other side, I'm going to do the same thing again, 2 more pieces of 1x4. However, these are going to screw to the inside small ones. So there's going to be 2 screws here and here and here and here, and then this one will screw on the other side to the inside leg. Okay, so I'm going to screw into these, and then I'm probably just going to use plugs. I'm not going to use dowels on these. I want to use screws. It'll be a lot stronger. And so I'm going to go ahead and use a recess bit and screw it down, and then put some small dowel plugs in. Okay. Okay. I need to make a critical point that I forgot to mention. When you lay this out first, you want to make sure that the long side is up when you're screwing to the outside pieces, because you want your tabletop to rest on the long side here. And so because you're going to have enough room to put both pieces on here like this. And so you start out with the long piece on the outside here, and so you're screwing here, and you're screwing here, and then here on this outside one. Then when you flip it over, of course, you're going to be doing the inside one, which is the long side on the other side here, and you'll be screwing to the inside one on the other side of this one. I hope that makes sense. There it is, my version of the folding work table. And I guess the only thing left to do is to put a stain on it. I suppose you could leave it natural, but probably look a little bit better with a stain on it. So anyways, there it is. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch y'all later.